In-depth journalism in the Memphis community, the Daily Memphian is of Memphis, not just in Memphis, and seeks to tell the stories of this city. TheDailyMemphian.com. Truth in place.
You might remember Memphian coach Bill Courtney from the Oscar-winning documentary Undefeated. Now, he's got an awesome movement and podcast called An Army of Normal Folks that you can check out at normalfolks.us.
I'm Eric Barnes with the Daily Memphian, and welcome to The Sidebar, a weekly show on the community, arts, culture, and more. Today we're talking to Marina Carracedo about the upcoming Spanish cultural series at the Brooks Museum of Art. So stay with us for a conversation with Marina, and a special thanks to our sponsor, Youth Villages. Marina, thank you for being here.
Thank you to you for the invite.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's start broadly, and then we'll start talking about some of the music, and we'll talk about your role with this and so on. But just broadly speaking, what is the Spanish cultural series?
We started in autumn with 4 films that the embassy gave us. It's like a film festival with the latest films by different authors, not only well-known, but also for some of them it was the first film for some directors. 2 short films by Almodóvar. And they were in Rhodes College and in the University of Memphis. And the same films were in different cities in the U.S.
Okay.
And so this is the second event that we do.
So the first part of the series was the films you just described. And then upcoming is 3 acoustic concerts by Spanish-speaking singer-songwriters, different styles, different generations, all of them at the Brooks Museum in Overton Park, right?
Yes, in the auditorium.
In the auditorium, okay. They include, and I'm going to mess up, and you're being really nice about my pronunciation of your own name, and I'm going to mess these up, but the first is Mr. Kilombo, I'm saying that wrong, from Spain. That's on April 27th. Then we've got Cuban legend Pedro Luis Ferrer, again, sorry. But that's on Sunday, May 11th. And Pedro Pastor, also from Spain, is Saturday, May 27th. And I should say that people can go to SpanishCulturalSeries.com and learn more and figure out how to go and all that kind of stuff. But talk about these 3 musicians and why 3 acoustic concerts. What was the thinking behind that?
The idea is that people can listen in a very intimate setting how the songs were created, no? Because they compose the lyrics and the melodies. And so it's an opportunity to be exposed to this kind of music from Spain and with Pedro Luis Ferrer from Cuba. But really, they are from different styles, but really they are not so different because music is like language, is something alive that changes with the people, no? So there's not a strict separation, no?
Yeah. And they're all from other places. Do they live in Memphis, these 3 musicians?
No,
they're all coming in
they
for
are
this?
coming,
okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Pedro Luis lives in Miami with Lena, his daughter. But Mr. Kilombo and Pedro Pastor, they come from Spain.
All the way here for these performances?
Mr. Kilombo comes from Argentina, now that I think. He's finishing a tour there.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. And what is your connection? You're at the University of Memphis. Is your connection through music, through language, through culture? I mean, how do you come to this work?
I am here through a program by the Spanish Embassy that sends professors to different universities, not only in the US, but in the world. And I have been before here to UCLA with the same program for 3 years. And there is when I started to do things of cultural management because we had some money. So I thought, let's do something, no? So I started with a concert with a Galician singer-songwriter And then when I returned to Spain, I realized there was not many Spanish artists here. There are a lot from Latin America, but not from Spain.
Yeah.
So I thought I could do it. And I like it. It's my passion, music.
And how long have you been at the University of Memphis? Is it a year now?
It's my third year.
Third year. Okay, I misunderstood.
Yes.
Sorry, but that's on me. And where in Spain are you from?
I am from, my mother's family is from Zaragoza. It's between Madrid and Barcelona.
Okay.
And my father's family is from the frontier between Portugal and Spain. So they speak Galician.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, wow. Spain is one of my favorite countries, by the way. I've been there 4 times now, and I was there 2 years ago in San Sebastian, and we went a little bit. We were in France, up in Bordeaux, and then we went down to San Sebastian. And I've been over. One of my favorite places was I'm going to mess up all the pronunciations here, but is it Catechus? Over that's just south of France on the Mediterranean side. It's where the Dali Museum is, the Salvador Dali Museum. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I love Spain, so this is really exciting for me. It's just a beautiful country. People are unbelievably nice. The food is amazing. The wine is amazing. It's super cheap. and it's just a really incredible place to walk around or take the train around, whether you're on the coast. I haven't spent much time in Madrid, but some in Barcelona. Anyway, I just wanted to say that. It is, anyone listening, Spain is just so much fun and such a wonderful place to visit. So anyway, so you're UCLA now here and the connection to music. What is this for? The concerts are open to everyone, is that correct?
Yes, it's open to everyone, and the kids have a discount, just $5, so that because it's on a Sunday, so maybe the families want to go, and for students it's $16, and for adults it's $20, and it includes a refreshment.
Okay. We'll talk more about the series and about your role at U of M. Let me do a bit of housekeeping as we go through here and remind everyone that I'm Eric Barnes, and this is The Sidebar, which airs here on WYXR 91.7 every Thursday at 11:30. Also airs as a podcast, and you can get that on the Daily Memphian site or iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. It's focused on the community, arts, culture, everything in between. And actually, I should note that we have expanded our arts and culture coverage over the last year. Elle Perry, who some people who avid readers of the Daily Memphian and have followed our social media know Elle is now our arts and culture editor. So we've been bit by bit expanding how much arts and culture coverage we're doing. The Sidebar's been around for a few years, but very much a part of that, and have an upcoming dedicated newsletter and a bunch of new coverage coming. So please do go to Daily Memphian, watch for that newsletter promotion, and get signed up every week. That goes along with our what we call the to-do list, which is just a list from all kinds of staff members, Elle included, putting out their ideas and their recommendations for things coming up in the next week. That's the to-do list. And again, coming up soon, our new arts and culture newsletter. I mentioned that this is a podcast as well as a radio show on WYXR. It's one of a number of podcasts we do, the Memphis Grizzlies podcast, along with our food podcast, Soundbites, and that also airs here on WYXR every Thursday at 11. We also host the podcast version of Behind the Headlines, the TV show we produce with the folks at WKNO every week. All of our podcasts, as I said, are on the site, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. And I mentioned WYXR. If you're not a supporter of WYXR, do consider becoming one. It's nonprofit, listener-supported radio. You can become a member and get a whole lot of benefits. Those could include going to the Spring Reverb event that's coming up, I think, this weekend, a few days after this will air. Learn more about that at WYXR.org or download the WYXR app. And that's also where you can get archives of all the shows, not just talk, but the music shows from all the various DJs and volunteers on WYXR. Daily Memphian, if you're not a paid subscriber to the Daily Memphian, do consider becoming one. Subscriptions is overwhelmingly what supports what we do at the Daily Memphian, as well as advertising events. And but we are a nonprofit, a 501c3 nonprofit, and we do also rely on donations. We have 2 donation events coming up a week after this airs. And if you're interested in going to those, you can email me at barnes@dailymemphian.com. Again, there's one event, 2 different events, one in Midtown, one out at the FedEx Center, I think it's called, at the Shelby Farms. So again, email me at barnes@dailymemphian.com if you're interested in attending either of those. Coming up soon on the sidebar, we've got Shamichael Hallman from the Urban Libraries Council. That's in a couple of weeks. And then next week is the crossover event of the season. Isn't that right, Natalie? Natalie's very excited about this. I'm clapping my hands because Kerry Hayes, friend of the show, many people know him, used to be in Memphis, has now just spent some time in Memphis. He's launched a podcast out where he lives in Chattanooga. I'm going to be on his show called Clap 3 Times. We're going to put it in the podcast feed. Kerry and I and Natalie maybe are very excited about this entire crossover event. So we're going to put that in, and Kerry's doing a thing. Other people have done kind of similar things to this about like 3 songs and why they are the most important 3 songs. So he's having me on the show, and I'm really excited about it. And Natalie's going to record it, and then we're going to buy her drinks. I mentioned, recently on the show, Tad Pearson. He's a local artist, does a lot of cool, interesting stuff with tires, which doesn't give it justice. Tad's just a super interesting guy to talk about. It's tire art, and he's just an awesome guy to talk to. So that's, again, wherever you get your podcast or go to Daily Memphian, you can get my interview with Tad Pearson from a few weeks ago. And last week we had Jeff Kolath. He is the executive director of the Sultana Disaster Museum, and they are moving into a new facility in the fall. It was really interesting to talk about the whole process of building a museum and expanding its, what it does and the history of the Sultana, which I'd forgot, honestly, a lot of. It was really interesting, so you can get that as well. Last bit here, I mentioned behind the headlines. We recently had Jenny Robbins from the Church Health Center. She's CEO as of, 9 months ago. Great conversation with her. We also had Bill Gibbons from the Memphis Shelby County Crime Commission, also former DA and Tennessee Director of Homeland Security, talking about efforts to, it's super wonky, but it was really interesting, trust me. Bill and a data scientist talking about just the mess that is the data, my words, not his, for the criminal justice system and trying to streamline all that. And again, a very good show that you can get wherever you get your podcast, or go to WKNO.org. Coming up this week, we've got Josh Spickler from Just City talking about similar issues. And then next week, Steve Mulroy, the Shelby County District Attorney, is coming back on to talk about all the things that he is working on. But we are here with Marina Carracedo from the Spanish Cultural Series. You're at the U of M, and then this cultural series is going on at the Brooks. People can go to SpanishCulturalSeries.com to learn more. So we mentioned the U of M. Do you also teach at the U of M or run other programs? Tell me about your role at U of M.
I am a visiting professor through the embassy, as I was telling you. So I am teaching, depending on the semester, but intermediate Spanish classes, and last year writing class also for writing skills.
Yeah. Okay.
But yes, mainly it's Spanish as a second language.
Okay. And what's it like in Memphis? What's your favorite stuff since you've been here?
A lot of things. I love the Shell. The concerts there are wonderful, a wonderful setting. Crosstown, I love it. The Green Room. Let me think. Playback Memphis, I love it.
Yeah.
What else? I love, the community in Midtown. I love it. Cooper Young. I think it's a small city, but it has a lot of things to do. People here say, no, there's nothing, but if you search and you look there are things every week. Yeah. You just have to know, to have a little bit of interest.
Right.
But there are many things here. But I was before in LA, but before the pandemic. So I returned. Gotcha. And before LA, I was in Providence, in Brown. East Coast.
You've been in 3 really distinct cities. I've spent a little time in Providence. I love Providence. Is really cool. Very East Coast, very Northeastern. Then LA is very LA, obviously, and then Memphis. So what next? You need like Florida, or you need the Northwest maybe, or the Midwest or so. You got to check one more box, Where would you go next if you could? Just because now you've been in such 3 distinct parts of the United States. What region would be most interesting to you?
I think Miami, because everyone is telling me that it's like being in Cuba or in a Latin American country. Yeah. The weather is nice also.
Not so much in Providence. Those winters are long.
Providence, yes. I remember some days with the snow, the students went with the skis.
Yeah.
through the campus.
Yeah. I went to school in Connecticut, and I was shocking. Even though I came from the Pacific Northwest, we didn't have weather like that. It was dark. It was really cold. The ice never melted. It was miserable. But what else? What else have we missed in terms of the series that's coming up? Any other stuff?
I think they are very different, but they are all super good. They are some of the best singer-songwriters in Spanish. The first one is more, I would say, more pop, like more commercial, with very high vibrations, no? Super good, very contagious, the songs. And Pedro Luis Ferrer is more, I would say the lyrics are wonderful. He's a poet. And Lena also has her own project. They are both together. It's wonderful. And the last one, Pedro Pastor, I would say is for all ages, but young people love him.
Okay.
And it's more also a mix of Latin American rhythms and a lot of poetry also.
Okay.
But they are both, the three of them are super good. So I am sure people that attend probably will repeat. After the first concert, the idea is that they come to the other ones if they can.
Okay. Well, thank you. So, again, if everybody can learn more at SpanishCulturalSeries.com. That has all the dates and the ways to get tickets, I assume. Again, Sunday, April 27th at 2:30, Sunday, May 11th, and Saturday, May 24th. Go to SpanishCulturalSeries.com and learn more. But that is all the time we have this week. If you missed any of the show, just go to WYXR to get the archives, Daily Memphian, or wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks very much, and we'll see you next week.